All right, hey guys, what's going on? I know it's been a long time. It's actually been months, but I've just been really busy at school, and I'm really sorry. I really appreciate all the support you guys gave me on the earlier parts. I just got way too busy. But so let me guys know if you want me to continue this, or should I just start reading fan fictions? Because I'll be able to get those out like way more, and I'll actually be able to finish series. Because writing it is honestly just taking a lot of effort, so I might even just start reading without you guys telling me to. Like, I'll obviously give credit and stuff, but it just takes a lot of work to write your own and make a video on it with school and everything. I just got done doing an essay today. Anyway, that's besides the point. So we're gonna get started. So last time we left off, Naruto began his relationship with Hinata, if I remember right. So yeah. So now we're at the Chunin exams. So Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura are walking through the building. Naruto is just kind of looking around and basically just ignoring Sakura while she's trying to get Sasuke's attention, while he also ignores her, only giving the occasional grunt. They began walking through this big building. And now we hear Sakura, "Come on, Sasuke, please. Just go to a dinner date with me after the test today." Sasuke, just shut up, Sakura, please. Alright, sorry, my dog's barking. And Sasuke says, "In your dreams, Sakura." But then we see a bowl-cutted boy standing on a railing in a green jumpsuit. You with a ducktail haircut. Sasuke gets an angry glare and looks up and goes, "What did you call me, bowl cut?" "My sensei, Guy Sensei, has told me that you are his rival Kakashi Sensei's star student." Rock Lee obviously does not know the true power of Naruto, and Kakashi hasn't made it completely known. Naruto just smiles to himself. While I don't like Sasuke being called stronger than me, I'm happy to not have to fight this weirdo. And Rock Lee then continues, "We challenge you to a battle." Sasuke says, "I don't feel like wasting my time on a kid with a bowl cut like you." Sasuke then looks away and tries to keep walking, but Rock Lee basically appears in front of Sasuke, taking him by surprise. Sasuke, hiding the surprise, just kind of gives a small smirk and goes, "You know what? Maybe you're worth it. Let's fight." Sakura then goes, "No, Sasuke, I don't care how strong you are. We just need to get the exams. No need to waste your energy." Shut up, Sakura. No one asked. Sakura then looks a little sad, but then she gets a hopeful gleam, realizing what she can do. "Well, it'll be easy. You just watch a bullcat. You're gonna get sent to the hospital by Sasuke." Sasuke just continues ignoring her, as him and Rock Lee then get ready. Sasuke, being the cocky person he is, tells Rock Lee that he can go on ahead and attack first. Rock Lee then starts basically blitz punching Sasuke as he can't even seem to block a single punch. Eventually, Sasuke finds a gap and blocks a punch, luckily by preemptively guessing. He then activates his two Tomoe Sharingan, and he's actually beginning to able to catch up. However, right before Rock Lee is able to land the I forget what it's called, but it's the dive bomb move. Guy comes and basically jumps through the air and stops and grabs both of them. He then apologizes profusely to Sasuke. "I'm so sorry, I don't know what got over him." And then he turns to Rock Lee. "That is not very useful of you, Lee. You shall not challenge others with no good reason. However, I do think it was great that you wanted to test your strength. But..." And then Rock Lee goes, "I'm so sorry, Guy Sensei. I will do 1,000 laps, and if I cannot do 1,000 laps, I will do 2,000 push-ups." And then they do their whole crying, hugging each other thing. Naruto, pretending to vomit in the background, then gets up and just starts walking away. I saw Sakura then goes, "No, come on, Sasuke, we gotta go." Sasuke just looks at her and then looks back at Naruto and just keeps slowly walking behind. Except for he goes a little bit faster just so he can get next to Naruto, because even seeing Naruto walk in front of him, he can't let him do that. Okay, so now we're at the part where they're heading to the classroom. Naruto immediately notices the genjutsu above on the sign. They're actually not at the 300s, they're at the 200s building. So Naruto just starts walking away, and when Sasuke asks, "What are you doing, dope?" he whispers to him that there's a genjutsu and that he's surprised with his superior dojutsu he hasn't noticed. Sasuke is about to speak out loud, but Naruto knows it and he goes, "Shut up, we can't let them know." Sasuke grudgingly goes along because even though he hates to be bested by Naruto, he still would prefer to make the test just a little bit easier, even though he could easily do it if all of them passed. So they began walking away. Obviously, Naruto already told Sakura, but then someone goes, "You idiots, you're going the wrong way." Sasuke, in a fit of rage, goes, "Are you stupid? I'm still better than you. Haven't noticed the genjutsu above the sign?" That's when everyone there hears that and realizes. Then they all start following Naruto and his gang. So I'm not doing it. I'm so bad at this, bro. I don't know if I should do this. I want to do it. When they finally make it to the correct room, we find Ibuki standing there. And he tells them all to take his seat and that he has already assigned. No, he hasn't assigned seats, but he will assign them for them. The seating arrangement is the exact same as canon, except for this time. I never mind. Okay, anyway, it's the exact same as canon. So Ibuki then begins the test. Naruto almost immediately realizes the point of the test, as he realized the wording where Ibuki said that if you get caught cheating, you will be expelled. Not that if you are cheating, you will. So he realizes the whole point is just to get away with cheating. But what that also means is the answers probably don't matter because they're too hard for anyone to answer. So Naruto just leaves his entire paper completely blank because he wants to see. Well, he knows that that'll still get him to pass. So it comes to the end of the. Well, actually, Naruto turns it in immediately, beating the record. But then it comes time for the 10th question. Naruto sees Sakura about to give up because of the way Ibiki said that if they fail this question, then they'll never be able to take it again. So Naruto sees that Sakura is about to give up, and he raises his hand and said, "This question's easy. Who would give up? You guys need to make this question a little bit harder." Sakura not wanting to leave after that, and everyone else who's about to leave after the other teams already had, not wanting to feel stupid, stay as well, with the morale boost as well. Naruto again leaves the question blank, and after a good amount of time, Yuki says, after like about, oh no, he doesn't even leave the question blank. After no one else is leaving, Ibuki then says, "Congratulations, you've all passed." Everyone looks really confused as Naruto is sitting there with his hands behind his head, leaning back. And they're like, what do you mean? Sakura asks. Ibuki goes, "The question was a fake. It was just to make sure you had the guts that are required to become a true shinobi." After that, Anko comes flying in through the window with a banner saying the bodacious, beautiful Anko. Anko proudly announces, "I am the proctor for the second part of the tuning exams. All you rascals, follow me." And she just flies back out the window. Everyone looks really confused at each other, but slowly gets up and walks outside to see her standing in front of the building. She then says, "Alright, continue following me." She turns around and keeps walking. About 10 minutes later, they reach the Forest of Death. As Anko turns around, "This is where the second. What am I? The second part of the exam will take place. The Forest of Death." Everyone gets a grim look on their face, except for Naruto, who looks bored and is just looking to the left. He's already been here before, and in fact is where he's met Orochimaru a few times. And Orochimaru has already told him of his plans to give Sasuke the curse mark here. So no, Anko is still explaining about the Heaven Scroll and the Earth Scroll when she notices that Naruto isn't even looking at her. So she throws a kunai. But Naruto is a great sensor, and he immediately body flickers behind her and puts a kunai right at her hip. He's really surprised by this and says, "Wow, you're quite strong for a genin." And Naruto says, "Yeah, yeah," as he twirls his kunai and puts it back, and he goes back to looking away. Anko then finishes explaining and tells them all the gates where to start. A little bit later, the exam begins as the gates open up. Every team goes in, and immediately you can already hear the sounds of metal clashing. But as Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura get deeper and deeper, the quieter it gets until eventually there's no noise of a single other person. They end up just continuing walking until a team of I believe it was Mist Village ninja approach the team. They create a bunch of clones, but Naruto has already realized what is going on, and he's able to defeat them. And he strikes one of the real ones, surprising him, and he actually kills him by slitting his throat with a kunai. Sakura is semi-disgusted, but she knows that this is a life or death situation, as the Mist Village ninja are bloodlusted as well. Sakura then actually notices one of them trying to ambush and warns Sasuke, who turns around and blocks a kunai strike and then punches the Mist Ninja in the face as he stumbles back. Naruto notices this and comes to help, but as he's approaching Sasuke, "Stay out of this, Naruto. I can handle myself." Naruto decides to leave it alone and focuses on the clones that are basically surrounding them. Naruto eliminates like 5 or 6 clones and eventually finds out where the real one is as he knocks him out with a strike to the neck after body flickering behind him. He turns around to see Sasuke still struggling a little bit, but he decides to just sit there and watch him finish as Sasuke finally finishes, but he's very tired now. Normally this would concern Naruto, but since he's on Orochimaru's side, he's actually quite thankful for this. Okay, they continue walking, and eventually a grass female ninja approaches them. She is very creepy, and Naruto is actually a little confused at first, so he gets in a battle ready stance. Then Orochimaru, Orochimaru, noticing that Naruto hasn't noticed him, decides to test him a little bit, and goes on a full-on frontal assault on Naruto. Naruto's able to hold his own as Sasuke is getting increasingly angry, seeing how much stronger than him Naruto is. Naruto then notices the present and blocks the kunai strike, but then grabs the grass ninja by the hair and goes, "I know it's you, Orochimaru. Get me a way to get out of this fight so you can get Sasuke." Orochimaru, relieved that he can finally continue, well, not finally continue on his plan, but happy that Naruto was able to notice him and also ready to get on with his plan, summons the snake as Naruto pretends to be chased by it. Naruto, once he's finally enough away, talks to the snake and says, "Go on back." As the snake dispels, Naruto sits out there just waiting a bit as Orochimaru begins semi-fighting with Sasuke, but he's really just testing him to make sure he is good enough to get the curse mark. After a bit of sparring, Sasuke's Sasuke is starting to have an active the whole time as he knows how strong this ninja is. But after a bit of sparring, and Sasuke saying, "You're not that strong, I'll be able to beat you," Orochimaru increases his bloodlust to the point where Sasuke almost wants to kill himself back like in the land of waves. Once this happens, Orochimaru is able to extend his neck and finally get the curse mark down. Naruto, sensing the dark energy getting placed into Sasuke's neck, pretends to come back all exhausted. And he asks Sakura what happened in a certain semi-surprised tone, but nothing too surprised, because he already doesn't care about Sasuke that much. Sakura starts freaking, "The Beast Ninja did something to Sasuke. He bit his neck and just left. I don't know, but it was Orochimaru, the Sani." Naruto gets a surprise. The Sani? Orochimaru said, "We need to tell someone." But Sakura goes, "Yeah, but we need to finish the exam first." And Naruto's like, "Well, actually, Sakura's like, why don't we open one of the scrolls?" Naruto's like, no, I will not fail the exam purely because Sasuke got attacked by one of the Sannin. I don't care how strong the Sannin is. I'd prefer to pass this exam. Sakura, a little freaked out that Naruto doesn't care about Sasuke at all, decides to listen to him. Eventually, eventually, Sasuke wakes up after both Sakura and Naruto keep watch for about 2 hours. Oh, actually, he's not up yet. It's been about an hour and a half, and now three sound ninja approach Sakura and Naruto. Except for right now, Sakura is sitting inside with Sasuke, and Naruto's only keeping watch. When Naruto notices the sound ninja, he knows he's seen them in the base. As he asks why they're here, and they tell him that uh, Orochimaru has sent them to kill Sasuke. Naruto realizing what Orochimaru really wanted, and that was just to test Sasuke because he knew these three were not strong enough. Naruto knew that as well. He gets a slight grin and goes, "How about I test you guys out first to make sure you're up for the job?" The three Sannin goes, "Stop joking, Naruto. We need to do this. Lord Orochimaru has requested it of us." Naruto then gets a fake satire. He goes, "You guys are no fun." Whatever, I'm just gonna pretend I went to take a leak. As he turns around to Sakura and goes, "Take watch, I'm going to take a leak." And then he turns around, "You guys might want to hide so she doesn't know we're in cahoots." And then Sound Ninja then pretend to go back into the trees. And after a little, I'd say maybe 15 seconds, they come back out and pretend that they just got there. "Hey, Pinky, where's Sasuke?" "What do you want with Sasuke?" Sakura asked. "Our Lord Orochimaru sent us here to kill him." Sakura then gets really scared, but she gets in a battle ready stance. When she does this, Dosu tells one of the black haired boy on his team to go after her. Oh. The black haired boy uh, approaches Sakura with a knife in hand as they're actually able to block it, and she blocks it, but then he punches her in the gut as she doubles over and gets kneed in the face, but then she stands back up with a bloody nose, but she gets back into a fighting stance. This time the guy approaches her with a kunai, but it was actually a feint as he dodges her block and chops her in the back of the neck. Doesn't quite knock her out, but it drops her to her knees for a second as he grabs her hair and starts pulling on her arm as if he's about to dislocate it. He's like, "Now I just gotta wait for your boyfriend to get out here, Sasuke Uchiha, and wherever your other teammate is." Naruto is actually just watching from a tree, but not even the three Sound Ninja have noticed this. Although it doesn't really matter if they did or not, because they're not here for him. Sasuke then walks out, or not walks out, but there's then a big blast of dark energy, dark chakra, like evil. It's like thick. As even the Sound Ninja are a little afraid because they don't know what this is. So when Sasuke walks out, Dosu looks at him. He's like, "Well, well, well, what do we have here? The Chiha, the one we've been looking for this entire time." Sasuke then gets a deep, evil grin on his face and he goes, "Perfect." What just happened in my mind? As he goes, "Perfect. Someone to test my powers against. These brand new powers that Orochimaru gave me." Also, what Naruto missed was Orochimaru telling Sasuke that he should come to him if he ever craves power. Naruto knew that that was the plan. He just wasn't there for it, and I forgot to mention it. Anyway, continuing. "Finally, someone to test this new strength that has been bestowed upon me." As the first mark immediately starts growing around Sasuke. Sasuke then blitzes. I heard the girl's name. I think it's. What is the girl's name? Anyways, he blitzes the girl on the sound team as he brutally punches her across the face and then grabs her by the arm and pulls her into another punch. That punch knocks her out, and then he turns around and turns to the other guy on the team, not Dosu, but his teammate. Sasuke blitzes him, and throws a right hook, which the sound team member actually blocks and throws a punch back at Sasuke, hitting him in the stomach. However, this doesn't really affect Sasuke much as he goes back and it begins, not begins, but then he throws a kick that connects with the side of the sound member's face, immediately knocking him out. Sasuke then goes through hand signs and sends a fireball at Dosu, which Dosu then eradicates by using his sound waves. Dosu then throws a punch, which like blitzes Sasuke and throws a punch, which Sasuke dodges. And then Dosu uses the sound waves, which actually affects Sasuke pretty heavily. But Sasuke is able to withstand it and gets Dosu in a hold as he's about to rip his arms off when Naruto appears behind him and puts his hand on his shoulder. That's enough, Sasuke. We gotta go. Sasuke looks at Naruto and begins and gets an idea to test his new strength against Naruto. He begins assaulting Naruto. Naruto is blocking every punch with ease, and then he finally gets a hold on Sasuke and chops him in the back of the neck and knocks him out. Sasuke's like, "What are you doing, Naruto?" And Naruto looks at Sakura. "Sasuke is too much of a pain right now. You carry him. We're walking to the tower." Then we began walking to the tower. Alright, that's it for this time, guys. I know it wasn't that great of an episode. I mean, I haven't done anything in months. But if you guys want me to continue doing any sort of what if, let me know if I should do fan fiction. I'll probably just start reading them anyways. I'll make sure to give credit, don't worry. And yeah, if you guys like have any special one that you've never seen anyone else like read for a channel you want me to do, go ahead and suggest that. But yeah, I'm sorry for such a long break. I just got busy. I'll try to be a little more active, but I'm just not sure. So anyways, yeah, thank you guys. And again, let me know about the fan fiction. Peace.